In the shadow of two suns, the battlefield stretched endlessly across the crimson plains of Zorathia. Dust swirled in chaotic spirals as warriors clashed under an alien sky, their cries echoing like thunder against the jagged cliffs that framed the horizon. Humanity had come to this distant world not as conquerors, but as refugees, fleeing Earth's collapse only to find themselves caught in the crossfire of a centuries-old war between the Zorathi and the Krylosians. Ethan Calloway stood amidst the chaos, his breath ragged and his pulse pounding like a drumbeat. He wasn't a soldier by trade. He was just a mechanic who'd been conscripted into humanity's meager defense force when the Zorathi attacked their colony ships. But here he was, gripping the hilt of a plasma blade scavenged from a fallen Krylosian warrior, standing toe-to-toe with one of the fiercest beings he'd ever seen. She emerged from the haze like a vision of destruction, a towering figure clad in obsidian armor etched with glowing runes. Her name was Silvara, commander of the Zorathi vanguard, and her reputation preceded her. Tales spoke of her unmatched skill in combat, her unyielding loyalty to her people, and her disdain for all outsiders. Yet none of those stories prepared Ethan for the raw ferocity in her golden eyes or the lethal grace with which she wielded her weapons. Silvara raised her spear, its tip crackling with energy, and hurled it with impossible speed. Time seemed to slow as the weapon arced through the air, aimed straight for Ethan's heart. Instinct took over. Without thinking, he reached out and caught the spear inches from his chest, his fingers closing around the shaft with a strength born of desperation. A collective gasp rippled through the battlefield. Even Silvara froze, her expression unreadable beneath her helmet. For a moment there was silence, the kind of stillness that comes before a storm. Then, in a voice both melodic and commanding, she spoke. "You have taken my spear," she said. Her words translated into human speech by the neural implant embedded in Ethan's temple. "By the ancient laws of my people, you now bear my mark. You are mine." Ethan blinked, unsure if he'd heard correctly. What does that mean?" "It means," Silvara replied, lowering her stance slightly, "that you are bound to me. To challenge me is to claim me, and to claim me is to take my place." Her tone carried no hint of mockery or amusement. It was a simple statement of fact, delivered with the weight of tradition. Before Ethan could respond, the battle resumed around them. Explosions erupted nearby, sending shards of rock flying in every direction. Silvara moved swiftly, grabbing Ethan by the arm and pulling him toward a cluster of boulders for cover. "Explain this ancient law thing later," Ethan muttered, ducking as a bolt of energy sizzled past his head. "Right now we've got bigger problems." Silvara didn't argue. Instead, she handed him a small device from her belt, a portable shield generator, and nodded toward the nearest enemy unit. Together, they fought side by side, their movements surprisingly synchronized despite their differences. Ethan marveled at how effortlessly Silvara dispatched her foes, her spear a blur of motion as she carved through the ranks of Krylosian soldiers. As the skirmish wore on, Ethan found himself relying on her instincts more than his own. There was something about her presence that made him feel capable. Like maybe, just maybe, he could survive this nightmare after all. When the dust finally settled, the surviving humans regrouped near the remnants of their base camp. Ethan sat on a makeshift bench, staring at the spear in his hands. It was heavier than it looked, its surface etched with intricate patterns that pulsed faintly with light. He couldn't shake the feeling that catching it had changed everything. "You look troubled," Silvara said, approaching him cautiously. She had removed her helmet, revealing sharp features framed by silver hair that shimmered like starlight. Her golden eyes studied him intently, searching for answers he wasn't sure he had. "I'm trying to wrap my head around this whole 'you're mine' thing," Ethan admitted. "Back where I come from, laws don't work like that." "In Zorathi culture, honor dictates our actions," Silvara explained. When someone challenges a warrior and proves themselves worthy, they earn the right to stand beside them, or even surpass them. By catching my spear, you demonstrated courage and skill. According to our customs, I am now bound to protect and guide you. And what happens if I don't want that? Ethan asked, though his voice lacked conviction. The truth was, he didn't know what he wanted anymore. Everything about this situation felt surreal. Silvara tilted her head, considering his question. Then you must return the spear and renounce your claim. But know this. Doing so would dishonor both of us. My people value strength and resolve above all else. To reject the bond would be seen as weakness. Ethan sighed, running a hand through his sweat-soaked hair. Great. So I either accept being tied to you for reasons I don't fully understand, or I embarrass myself and probably get killed in the process. Some choice. There is another option, Silvara said softly. You could embrace the bond, not out of obligation, but because it offers a chance for growth. Together, we could forge a new path, one that benefits not only us, but perhaps your people as well. Her words lingered in the air, heavy with meaning. Ethan glanced up at her, seeing not just a warrior, but someone who genuinely believed in the ideals she spoke of. Maybe, he thought, this wasn't such a bad deal after all. All right, he said finally. Let's give it a shot, but fair. Warning, I'm not exactly cut out for this hero stuff, Silvara smiled, a rare, genuine expression that transformed her entire demeanor. Then I will teach you, and together we will show the galaxy that humanity is not to be underestimated. As the twin suns dipped below the horizon, casting the land in hues of violet and gold, Ethan realized that sometimes destiny arrives in unexpected forms. Whether it came in the shape of a spear or the bond it forged, one thing was certain. His life would never be the same again.